Hello, everyone. Welcome in today. We're going to do another mock draft. This one here is going to come out during the combine, but it's done pre-combine. So I'm LDJ11. I want to welcome you into the channel. I do a lot of gaming videos. We're going to get into this, and up first is Caleb Williams. He's going to the Chicago Bears. I'm not going to change that. It makes no sense to. At number 2, the Washington Commanders are on the clock. I just feel like it's going to be Drake May. I cannot pass on him. At number 3, the New England Patriots are on the board. And for them, I would like to say Jaden Daniels makes a lot of sense at quarterback, but they have a lot of building to do, and we're going to explore a different scenario here. We're going to go Marvin Harrison Jr. So that means at number 4, the Arizona Cardinals are on the clock. Well, in my opinion, it's close between Malik Neighbors and Rome Odunze. I'm going to go Malik Neighbors, though, for the Arizona Cardinals. So then at pick 5, the LA Chargers are on the clock. And for them, this is where it gets kind of tough for me. There's a big part of me that would go, they don't really need offensive tackle help, at least on the left side, but I would go Joe Alt if I was the Chargers. At number 6, the Giants are on the clock, and they got to go Jaden Daniels in this situation. I just don't think Daniel Jones is the answer, no matter how hard you try to make it happen. He's just not good enough, honestly. So then at pick 7, the Tennessee Titans are on the clock. And the Titans, this one's easy. They got to go tackle, in my opinion. Tackle 2 for me is Olu Fashanu, so I'm going to take Olu. And honestly, he's kind of like a 1A, 1B. I'm really close on them between him and Alt, but that's my opinion. So then at pick number 8, the Atlanta Falcons are on the clock. And I have to say, a quarterback that I watched recently, honestly, I was pretty impressed by J.J. McCarthy. He doesn't make a lot of throws just because he doesn't pass it a lot, but in the games I've watched, he can make the NFL throws. So I'm going to go J.J. McCarthy. Maybe I wouldn't take him this high, but I was impressed by him, so I think that it makes sense for the Falcons who need a quarterback to take him here at pick 8. So Chicago's on the clock. They already took Caleb Williams. Well, in this situation, you go Rome Odunze and pair him. That's a great selection. So then at pick 10, the New York Jets are on the clock. Now, the Jets obviously need tackle, in my opinion. For me, that'd be Talise Fuaga. He's tackle 3. So then the Minnesota Vikings are on the clock. They need edge help big time. And I'm going to go Dallas Turner, even though I'm pretty high on Jared Verse. So then after that, the Denver Broncos are on the clock, and they badly need a quarterback. And from like the pre-combine stuff, it seems like Sean Payton's interested in a quarterback, but I don't see a quarterback with McCarthy gone that is worth taking here at pick 12. So if I'm the Denver Broncos, I think I go Terrion Arnold. It's close between him and Quinyon Mitchell for me, but consensus is Arnold, so I'm going to give him the bump for now over my personal opinion. Next up is the Las Vegas Raiders, and honestly, I'm going to go Quinyon right here directly after. I think they need some serious help at cornerback. If you've watched my Raiders franchise on the channel, man, they're not good at all. Next up at pick 14 is the New Orleans Saints. For the Saints, I think they could use edge help, but I think they need tackle help more. And I'm going to go JC Latham. I have some questions about him. I'm not sure if he can play on the outside. The combine might answer some of that if he works out. But for now, I'm going to go JC Latham. At pick 15, the Indianapolis Colts are on the clock. The Colts are going to go Jared Verse in this situation. That's just who I think is best. He will work in Gus Bradley's defense as a 4-3 end. So at pick 16, it's the Seattle Seahawks on the clock. The Seahawks are pretty good at corner. Honestly, their defense is pretty good. But I'm going to give them Byron Murphy on the interior of the D-line. He's got a lot of momentum lately. I'm kind of big on Jerzon Newton, but I haven't personally watched a ton of Murphy. I've seen him, and like I said, everything I do is all my scouting's done off of TV copies. And, you know, you can find the occasional all 22, but most of my scouting's done on TV copies, so that's what I try to work with here. As the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock, and in this situation, I am a little torn on what to do. I love Laiatu Latu, but I'm just not sure if he is round 1 material due to his injury history. I think he belongs in round 1, and he belongs going probably earlier than this. But that injury history is kind of a question, so he's going to probably end up in the 20s for me for now. So for the Jaguars, this is actually kind of a tough one. I think they could use interior help. But I'm going to go Brian Thomas Jr. just in case they don't re-sign Calvin Ridley. He's somebody that could step in and maybe become receiver one for them. Next up, Cincinnati, and with Brock Bowers on the board, I'm going Brock Bowers. The Rams are up at pick 19, and for them, I'm going to go my CB3, and that's Cooper DeJean. He is recovering from injury, though, so that might push him down the board a little bit, but dude, he's fantastic. He can run, he can cover, he's long. He is super athletic, and people don't give him enough credit for that because he's a white corner. He is going to be a really good player in the league. At pick 20, the Pittsburgh Steelers are on the clock. Now, for the Steelers, they need help at corner, but I don't think Nate Wiggins is their type of corner. He's not quite aggressive enough in my time scouting him. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go Amarius Mims, even though I'm not. No, I'm not. This is a tough one. I'm going to go Jackson Powers Johnson. They just released Mason Cole, so we're going to go interior of the O-line and have them replace Mason Cole with Jackson Powers Johnson. At pick 21, the Miami Dolphins are on the clock, and for the Dolphins, they're getting rid of Xavier Howard, so couldn't think of his name there for a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and give them Nate Wiggins here. It may not make sense, but getting rid of Howard, they're going to need a new CB1. So at pick 22, the Philadelphia Eagles are up on the clock, and I'm not sure they're exactly happy with how this draft fell. So as we look across, there's not a ton of corners that I'd be comfortable taking right here. Maybe Ennis Rakestraw. Maybe a Kamari Lassiter. No, that's too early for Kamari, in my opinion. I couldn't take him here. I'm not sure about Kool-Aid McKinstry, truthfully, but I just feel like last year they took Tyler Steen. He might be able to move inside the guard, but I'm going to go Kool-Aid McKinstry here for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's a tough one that I'm not sure I love that selection. Next up's the Houston Texans. They could use some more help at edge. Right now, Jonathan Grenard's a free agent, Gator legend, and I think I'm going to put Latu here. He's one of my favorite players. Like I said, injuries are the huge, big question with him that have to be answered. Next up is the Dallas Cowboys. They're on the clock here, and they're probably going to go tackle. I think they're all set on the interior. I don't think they need to move Tyler Smith back out to tackle. I think he's a fantastic guard, so why do that? So for me, I'm not as high on Amarius Mims. His limited playtime in college scares me. I can't trust him at pick 24. He'll probably get moved up in mock drafts in the future because I know the NFL is going to love him. He's probably going to test off the charts. But I'm going to go Tyler Guyton over him. At pick 25, the Green Bay Packers are on the clock. This one is honestly a tackle, and I don't love taking Amarius Mims here, but boy, I don't think there's anybody else that I would take in this situation. This is a tough one here. We're going to go ahead and do Amarius Mims. I'm not as high on him, but we're going to take a chance there on the athletic freak. At pick 26, my Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. Now they need help at edge. They released Shaq Barrett today, and I'm going to go Chop Robinson. He's probably going to be an athletic freak at the combine. I'm excited to see what his numbers are, and if his numbers are really good, he won't be here for Tampa. So at pick 27, the Arizona Cardinals are on the clock. They took Malik Neighbors early in round 1. So here towards the end of round 1, we're going to go Johnny Newton and end his slide. Jerzon Newton's gone at 27. Pick 28, the Buffalo Bills are up on the clock. They need a receiver, but I just don't like Keon Coleman like that. There's just something about him I just don't trust. So we're going to look at the other receivers. I like A.D. Mitchell more, so we're going to take A.D. Mitchell at pick 28. Pick 29, you have the Detroit Lions. They could use help at corner for sure, but I'm not sure about Ennis Rakestraw. He's raked at this area, but I'll be fully honest, I have not watched him play. So I'm not sure that I should put him in this spot. They do possibly have a hole at guard, so we're going to go ahead and do Troy Fontenot here. He'll slide in the guard from tackle. He was really, really good in college from what I can see. All 22 would be really helpful with O-linemen, but from what I can see, he looked like he was pretty good at Washington. I know there's concerns about his length. That's why they expect him to move inside the guard. So at pick 30, the Baltimore Ravens are up on the clock. I think they need another receiver. Once again, not a big Keon Coleman guy. I don't know about him. But I'm going to give him to him. I think that he's the type of receiver that they don't really have with their body types. They have a lot of smaller guys. He'll give him some size, and I think he'll be pretty fast if he tests at the combine. At number 31, the San Francisco 49ers are on the clock. And for them, let's go to the interior of the O-line. You got Graham Barton. You got Zach Frazier, who's gotten some maybe moving into the first round buzz. But we're going to go ahead and draft Graham Barton here. And then at pick 32, the Kansas City Chiefs are on the board. And for them, I'm going to go ahead and give them Troy Franklin to round out round 1. Is going to end up being our final pre-combine mock draft. Tell me what you guys think. I personally actually like this one quite a bit. I did some different things throughout, so I think it's pretty interesting. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I can't wait to watch the Combine this week. We'll get a little bit more information. Then I'll come out with a post-Combine mock draft here, probably next week. I'm LDJ11. I want to apologize if you hear my dogs in the background. They're being a little crazy today, and they won't settle down. Like I said, I got to record this out in the main house now. We have a baby that's due at any moment, literally. So videos might slow down a little bit after she gets here while we adjust to being new first-time parents. But I'm LDJ11. I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and I'm out.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink, cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling.